Oh, hi. I'm your local Santa Claus representative. I was just seeing what I need to put here. Someone asked specifically for a Christmas-themed game. A Christmas-themed game in the style of an old Flash game, where you play as Santa Claus and shoot at monsters with guns. For PS4 in 2023. Well, we've got one of those.
I don't know how to put a digital game under a physical tree, but Santa's Monsters Shootout is not a Windows XP game, it's a PS4 game. Where you... This is very loud, can we turn it down? Where you play as Santa and you shoot monsters exactly as the game said. Although I thought a shootout involved shooting from both parties, but no, it's just Santa shooting monsters that are advancing on Santa and trying to eat him, I guess. What's the game's synopsis say? Santa's Monster Shootout, a Christmas shooter. Snowy valleys, Christmas bells, and Santa Claus is preparing gifts for Christmas. A normal December. Really? No, something is different this year. Monsters and zombies from all the world are trying to steal the gift packages. They want it all and they want it now. But Santa don't own just a jute sack full of gifts and a rod. He also have guns. Big guns. Guns to defeat infinite waves of monsters to protect the gift packages. Help Santa to get rid of the evil breed and bring us happy holidays. Right, so we're protecting presents. No presents are seen in this game at any point, and Santa's just walking to the right, presumably getting further from the sleigh all the time, but it's very important to clear the streets of these monsters. If the monsters really are infinite, then the job is impossible and pointless, but Santa's gotta try. That's just how he is. Looks very serious. I would look serious too. I mean, what is that thing? Actually, I don't think I'd look serious. I think I'd be terrified. Why does it have a horn? Why does it have such a big head? What's its deal? Is it human? Is it a jack-in-the-box? Is it a clown, elf, unicorn, squid? Does it have wheels, or are they feet? I don't know, but it must go. We can't have that thing on the street. Thanks, Santa. You know, I really didn't realise this was part of his job description. I knew about the making of toys and delivery of them on Christmas Eve. I did not realise it was Santa's responsibility to clear out horrifying monsters with an automatic pistol. A magic automatic pistol with infinite ammo. Of course, besides that pistol, there's more weapons which you can buy from a shop. It's very convenient that every monster drops at least $5 upon being killed, and I have no idea who Santa's weapon dealer is, but that's a mystery for the ages. So, Santa has a revolver now. It does more damage, but it uses ammo. It doesn't have to be reloaded, which is very convenient. Reloading every 6 shots would be a real pain in the neck, but it does run out of ammo, so you will have to make sure you pick up every bullet you see on the ground and maybe buy some more in between stages. Like the pistol, the revolver can be fired as fast as you can move your fingers, with R1, R2, L1, L2, or just hammering away with your thumb on the X button, or cross button if you must. You can't switch between the buttons too quickly. There's a small delay in there so that you can't use all 4 triggers simultaneously like you would in Taiko no Tatsujin Drum Session. It's fair enough that I can't, because if I could fire the revolver with 5 buttons at once, then it would be so powerful I wouldn't need any of the game's later weapons. Now hold on, this is level 3 and we've got the same backdrop and boss as level 1. Well, that's because all of this game's levels are randomly generated. See here, I was in level 9 and I ran out of ammo and died. And the next time I played, it was a different level 9. Also, why are these monsters seemingly armoured children? I don't know. This is getting very strange. Need help with this game? There's the help section. It's a diagram. Now you know where all the things are. Wonderful. I didn't need any help anyway. I've got a shotgun, I'm Santa Claus, and I don't need to know why I'm fighting a big, giant nugget. Also, the third and final basic enemy type are these little purple imps, and when you shoot them they shrink into their own heads and disappear. And now, the AK. Of course there's an AK. And in case you're wondering, no, you cannot change your starting pistol. You're stuck with it, and it gets less and less useful as the game goes on. Once you're in this phase, though, you no longer have to tap buttons. It's fully automatic. You can just walk and hold down a button. Makes things very, very simple. It's not impossible to lose. Sometimes you may get an unusual amount of enemies. But even if you do lose, you still keep all the money you get, which you can then turn into more ammo, so maybe it is impossible to lose. You can definitely lose interest or quit, but you can also turn off the music. And that makes things interesting, because then you can replace it with your own music, which could make the game very different. If you really do want to finish this game, for trophies or whatever, turn off the music and put on an album. Maybe Selling England by the Pound, maybe whatever you feel like, I don't know. Maybe in my case, just some YouTube audio library music. Ah, that's better. Now it's a funky Christmas game. So, once you've saved up enough to move on from the AK, you're up to what is ostensibly a grenade launcher. And then we're back to semi-automatic tapping to fire as fast as you can. For a grenade launcher, it's really not very grenade launcher-y, is it? It doesn't do any explosive damage, and it makes almost the exact same sound as the pistol. What we're really here for is the minigun. It's the ultimate weapon, and once you have it, you can put all your money towards buying more bullets for it so you never run out. And then Santa can be at peace, knowing that his job will be just a little bit easier this Christmas. All is calm. All is bright. All the monsters stand no chance against Santa's minigun. Or his pistol that sounds the same and is completely superfluous now. Santa probably won't even be needing those mysterious health syringes. Is he implied to just use them normally, or just step on them and inject health serum into his foot? I don't know. Let's not think about that anymore. In conclusion, Santa's Monster Shootout doesn't have a lot going for it. It has very few sound effects, it has very few interesting ideas in its gameplay, it's extraordinarily basic, and its mechanics would have been outdated by the mid-80s, when there were run-and-gun games with many more features like crouching, jumping, grenades. What Santa's Monster Shootout does do really well is evoke the spirit of not Christmas, but of budget PC compilation discs like Eureka's 1000 games. That's exactly the sort of game that was in there, although they had lower resolution art, but a lot of them actually had this very similar cartoon style too. This is an extremely accurate modern Eureka game. It's similar to Flash games too, but it's more like those budget games because they do charge money for this, whereas most Flash games are free. This I bought for 59 Australian cents, down from its full price of $2.95. So, if you want a 1 hour or so platinum that you can drown out with music while you reminisce about your days playing old bad Flash games, Santa's Monster Shootout is suitable for you. But if you wanted a PS4 game in the style of a good Flash game, there's heaps of other options. One Finger Death Punch 2 is my favourite in the violent stickman category. This is quite possibly the greatest stickman action game ever made. And it only requires one thumb. 2 buttons, hundreds of animations, outstandingly fun. And if you used to play Bloons games, Bloons TD5 is on PS4. It's hardly advertised, but it is there. And it costs a fair bit more than it does on Steam, but If you want to play it on your TV and can't be bothered plugging your PC into your TV, then Bloons on PS4. Or if you want a relaxing claw machine sim, you should start playing the Yakuza series. All of them have lots of claw machines in them, and other things. Look, I want a dog. Playing these games does not make you better at real claw machines. Now, am I going to make game recommendations all day, or am I going to play O Tannenbaum with a minigun? Do 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 do. Now that's good and all, but it doesn't matter because EDF6 is getting translated into English next year. This game has no credits, but was published by Thomas Klaus and Frank Menzel. Makes sense, I guess Thomas is a relative of Santa, and I have no idea why the shadow is tilted on the logo. It doesn't make any sense to me. Anyway, that's the end. SnakeOfBacon signing out. Oh Christmas tree, don't know the English lyrics. Oh Tannenbaum, wie treu sind deine Blätter. Du grünst nicht nur zur Sommerzeit, nein auch im Winter, wenn es schneit. Oh Tannenbaum, wie treu sind deine Blätter. Subscribe to me, and watch my other reviews. Most of them are better than this, I totally guarantee it. I also do long gameplay videos. Don't stare at me, I'm not a gnome.